In this section, we're going to remind ourselves about lines, which it might have been a while, but you should have seen in a previous math class. We're also going to remind ourselves, if we're given information in a word problem about lines, or even a fancier term, linear function, how to answer some questions with word problems. So lines can be represented in lots of different ways. You might have something that looks like ax plus by plus c equals 0. More commonly, we have something in the form of y equals mx plus b. This is our slope-intercept form. M is the slope of the line, and b is the y-intercept. And this is a lot of times preferred because when it's in this form, we can immediately after practice and review kind of picture in our head what it looks like based on what this value is and what this is. This will tell us the tilt of the line, and the plus b will tell us where on the y-axis it intersects or intercepts, and so it'll tell us how far up or down on our grid this line would appear. So a reminder of there's lots of different ways to calculate slope. Everyone remembers it differently. One is change in y over change in x. And we're going to use this notation throughout the semester at various times, that this capital Greek letter delta means change. And so that we're going to use that in different formulas. We'll see this. Change in y over change in x, or y2 minus y1, which is the same thing. You're taking the difference, calculating the change. x2 minus x1. Some people might remember it that way. And others remember rise over run. How much did you rise over how much you ran? And so whatever way you remember is fine, just as long as you just remember it correctly and calculate it. So let's do a quick example. And the example is we are asked to find the slope between 2 points, 1, 2, and the point -5, 4. And just a reminder, in some of our word problems, these numbers aren't going to be quite as nice. They might be decimals, like 0.075, or they might be larger numbers, various things like that. But let's just remind ourselves here, and we're asked what the slope is. So to find the slope, it doesn't matter which one you start with, as far as which one's going to be the x1, y1 kind of a thing, as long as you're consistent in both of them. So here I'm going to say that the m is the slope. We're going to have change in y, so we have to remember 4 minus 2 over change in x's. And so I have to remember I started with this one, so the change in x's. And we have to be careful that we put them in the right numbers in the right spots. -5 minus 1. And to do this, then we get 2 over -6, which simplifies to -1/3.